So there's a process whereby you have to go and get all the data. So we started doing that. So we went and we started interviewing buyers at some of the potential 5-star hotels we were going to sell to, and some of the activity centers. And I remember the first one actually. One of the first questions we asked, we said, how are you, what's the pricing like? And he said, oh, we're buying our 5-liter juice for $6. I choked, because in our model, we were doing, I think at the time, $9 and $10 is what our assumption was. So, right away I knew this was worse than just not scraping by. This was a serious money-losing operation, and it would make no sense to do it on the assumptions that we were building in. Anyway, we just kept forging ahead, going and doing research, collecting costs, getting triple quotes on everything from production facility to trucks to trailer, generator, bottles, labels, printing, you name it. Everything needs triple quotes. And doing the research is not always that easy here, even though there are some classifieds. Most times the servers are down. Pretty much nothing is manufactured locally in Zimbabwe, so that means that you have to import from South Africa, and maybe some things can come from Zambia, but man, what a slog that's been, just trying to find all the costing. So I don't know, so we kept bringing in the costs, plugging it into the model. Actually, I think the picture just deteriorated more. So we thought, okay, well, we know we have to sell for $6 because we're selling more or less a very similar product to the main competition here as far as the juice goes. And then, we really had to take a laser eye to the whole import process. And this is already after we'd restructured our thinking about where we're going to be selling. We're already thinking, okay, well, we can't afford any distribution costs, so we're going to have to sell locally. I've got a big hike here, so it's actually going to get a bit intense. Anyway, so. Yeah, and now the next time the models started working in our favor again was when Fred came home and he said, oh, as it turns out, we're not going to be quadruple taxed on everything that we bring in from South Africa. I said, okay, that's good news, because I was thinking that the tax policy basically made it so prohibitive to do any kind of business, I couldn't believe anyone was in business. But a lot of businesses here are informal and don't pay taxes, so I don't know. But when he said that, we figured out the taxation situation. Okay, all of a sudden we had a viable business again. But I think as things went on, we did more market research. There's too many risks associated with doing the juice, and it really wasn't making very much money. And the first few months were going to be so tight that any one slip up or a surprise order from a customer when we didn't have any ability to purchase additional materials, would just leave us flat dead in the water, no way out. So we had to do a couple things. Had to increase a little bit our level of required seed funding, which ended up being $25,000. Just go, keep going. These hikes, they're a lot like doing business here, I find. You just gotta keep going. Don't stop. So anyway, long and short is that market research has been absolutely critical for us, and in particular it led us to an unexpected conclusion about one of the main questions you have to ask yourself at the beginning of the startup process, which is, what are we going to sell?